Let's go for a ride, finding Loris and what lies inside. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Finding Loris. It's good to see you back, those of you returning. If you're new to this series, new to this episode, it's just where I go around exploring the world around me, and also exploring myself, finding out things I like, trying to step outside my comfort zone as much as possible and interact with the world around me. Today we are in York. We are currently at the hotel, the Moxie Hotel, which upon arrival is really quirky hotel, very nice. I'll get some photos and show you guys, but immediately just have a little look at this. This is very good, very brilliant, very nice place. So yes, we have just arrived. I'm currently enjoying a zero alcohol Kronenberg as I am waiting for my room to be ready. York, founded by the Romans originally, and then later became the Viking capital of Jorvik. Beautiful city from what I see already.
A few years.
All right, yeah. Play? Would you come play every day and stuff? Do you? Or
Not every day,
yeah,
just weekends
yeah.
and 2 days in the week.
Bit extra money in the pocket, isn't it? It's lovely. Is that your card for like following you on things or? Yeah. Oh yeah. I just walked past. I did donate you some money. I'm not listening for free. The pleasure. How's the weekend treating you though? All right.
It's been a bit tight.
Yeah.
The heat kills it.
Well, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. It's one of those things, isn't it? Did you just get that bit of excruciating heat here at the beginning of the week? Did you?
We did.
I mean,
Kind of, but it's because of the buskins.
yeah.
People stop for 10 minutes.
Well, yeah. People just want to get the A from A to B, and I suppose it's a bit horrible for you being out in it as well, performing in it, isn't it? No, I don't blame you. Yeah, try to hide away from the heat, isn't it? Yeah. We up in the northeast from Northumberland, we got 31 degrees up there, and it was just way too hot. And but yeah, I've decided to come down to York for the first time, have a little poke about, see what the city's about. It's very beautiful here, very beautiful, and people like you just make it bright, make it worth the trip. Honestly, you do. It's lovely to hear the piano still in public. Anywhere you recommend visiting, or?
Well, if into museums. There's loads of them in York.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to go and try and get over to the Minster.
Yeah,
And
it's okay. It's a bit expensive to get in.
yeah.
Or a church. We all that moan about it.
Yeah. I can imagine it angers the locals a lot. Yeah.
Well, it angers the tourists.
Well, yeah. They seem to slap a price tag on anything these days, don't they? Yeah. And what's your favourite style of music to play yourself? I heard that was quite a modern little mix there.
Yeah, sort of like it.
Yeah, bit contemporary.
Yeah.
It's really nice to listen to, honestly. So crisp it is, the piano there. But yeah, have a great day. I'm Loris.
I'm Ali.
Nice to meet you, Ali. Have a great weekend. So it's a very, very clean room. Very clean indeed. And the staff here were absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely they were. Here's me in the mirror. Yeah. Very friendly staff. Very nice, clean hotel. I'm very impressed. This is the Moxie. Not joking when they said some of the houses were so narrow you could shake hands with your neighbour. Look at this. Absolutely incredible. So as you can see, we've just come for a cigar and a gin and tonic, and we are at the Bluebell, which is York's smallest pub, and it's very quaint and very dainty in there, very, very small. I'd never actually experienced somewhere so tight and crammed in. It was very uncomfortable, I'll be honest with you, but that's just my personal preference. I can imagine on a quiet day of the week it's quite nice. So York is an absolutely amazing city, beautiful. Some of the streets are ancient to say the least, but it is a very overwhelming city. I've been poking through the shambles and the little shambles, as well as watching some street performers, and it is everywhere you go. It's wall to wall, and it's Sunday, so I dread to think what this place gets like the height of a Friday or the height of a Saturday even. Beautiful place, but very, very overwhelming indeed. So I, as you can see, have had to come back to the hotel room just to cool off, just to charge off, be away from people for a little bit, because it's very just in your face, bit too much for me, a little bit, I think. But so far it's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've loved it. But very hot, and I didn't get a great night's sleep last night. I don't know if it was anticipation of coming to York or what, but I was up at midnight, then up again at 2, then at 4, and then up at 6:30 to start my day. So yes, very exhausted, very worn out. You can probably see, hopefully the camera's doing me some justice there. It's the eyes, Chico. The eyes never lie. But yeah, very, very exhausting, to say the least. And of course, what is the best way for me to recharge? It is, in fact, I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I've traveled across the land, searching far and wide, each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch them all. You know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Gotta catch them all. We'll pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon.
After forfeiting to Sabrina's psychic Pokemon in Saffron City, our friends learn from a mysterious bearded man how they might defeat her. Now they're on their way
Of
to
course,
try and capture one of
it's the original Indigo. It's gotta be.
Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town.
So this is a poem that I wrote recently, which is very much a stream of consciousness poem. It was inspired by the quote, I sat with my anger long enough till he told me his name was Grief, which inspired this piece. Well, this is titled Masticating Keratin. Saw my younger self on the bus today. He didn't look out the window as life went by. Instead, he buried his head in his hands, the same hands which had dropped the world time and time again. I watched him exhale as he released his anguish in vapor form, filling the bus with an air of booze and stale smoke. I watched him bite his nails, masticating keratin as if it was catharsis for cortisol. A ding sounds to dirge the journey as he staggered from his seat, almost feeling the step as he stumbled down the aisle and into those same grey streets he had spent years attempting to escape. As he meandered this concrete jungle, he takes aim at a smiling billboard, for happiness is not on the agenda, and what good is an Oral-B advert to one who cracks his neck more than his smile? I stalk him a while longer, watching stifled tears that he screams aloud as if there were no rubbernecks to watch his downfall, no adjacent tongues to blame the youth and their lack of decency as he suppresses a pulmonary growth like a blackened pustule that sits like a funeral veil atop a once innocent heart scarred by countless misdeeds. In the end, his rage is so much more than blind fury, but a grief with eyes so bold and bright that it could see itself clearly in a thick fog. He doesn't need company. He doesn't need me interjecting, trying to save him or tell him how I understand and that it will be all right. He needs a short wick and a box of matches to burn down every poorly crafted bridge he carries the burden of holding aloft on his shoulders. He needs release. Yet somehow, the bottom of the bottle still looks like a new island to discover, like a tangible paradise amidst an ocean of drowned sorrows in the form of hops. Yet I know, reaching my hand will mean it is severed from my wrist like the countless that have come before it, because you cannot alleviate pain you did not cause. And this anger that manifests is so much more. It is not merely my own machinations, but a warped grief from the overabundance of misunderstanding. So unfortunately, last night my phone died, so I didn't manage to get any photos of the evening, but I met a lovely couple called Darren and Liam, and went round a few little pubs, had a little bit of conversation, and overall just a good night, and it was brilliant. So we done a few of the pubs, obviously a Weatherspoons here, which was heaving mental. It was like a freshers night in there. We done the House of Trembling Madness, which is brilliant, very quaint. They've got like mounted animal heads on the wall. I don't think they're real animal heads, but just adds to the charm with the old beams. It's a nice upstairs pub. It's Monday morning. We've got a few hours before I have to go and get the train, so hopefully we can squeeze in some bits I wanted to do yesterday. Hopefully it'll be a bit quieter today, fingers crossed. There must have been a lot of people out in York last night. There was a Pride event actually on the Saturday, so I'm glad I didn't come for that because it would have been doubly as busy. But I hope everyone involved in that had a great Pride time. And old pocket watches. But yeah, I hope everybody involved had a good Pride. And if there was a Pride event where you are, I hope that went well. But yeah, just overheard some street combers, also known as vagrants, saying about how they have found a lot of money and possessions today. So I'm guessing this is a good weekend for that sort of thing in York. But yes, as always, we're off to find a Starbucks. So, verdict being, it's a pretty Starbucks inside. Like the high ceilings and some of the architecture in there is great. Very understaffed, very blunt staff in there. But runs completely different to us in there. We are very on the ball. There's a customer there, they do not let go stand there unattended. So they were pottering around and doing things. I've stood at the till without any acknowledgement, which in our store doesn't fly at all. But I've got my latte. It's very nice, so thank you Starbucks York. It is a very nice latte at least. Hi there guys. So as you can see behind me, this lovely architecture that is just by the York Museum. We're just coming to share with you some of the poems that you guys wrote for the previous episode of Finding Loris's photo prompt, which was a brilliant photo prompt, and some of you got back to me with some absolutely amazing poems. So we are just going to record some of them and share you these poems. This first one is titled Tumblebug and is by Sarah Wheatley. I see litter like a tumblebug rolls to debris, connecting artifice and edifice. Little tidbits meant for someone, I don't know who, but I hear them in vibrations underground. Innocuous moments here and there, buried deep within the mud clouds. Moving forward, back I grab them and I bind them up inside and re-roll them into something. Small collections of my gatherings, the words that really mattered to me, and this world did roll on by. Who have inspired many others, now come greet me at my palace in the sky or deep below. I am a tumblebug, collecting poetry, making my own, to feed the soul. Brilliant. That was by Sarah Wheatley there. The rain is starting to come down, so we're being graced with some lovely weather there. Might have to move in a minute, which is a shame. And unfortunately, you can see I'm holding the camera here. I have lost my tripod. I don't know where I've lost it. I think I left it in the hotel room, which is a bit of a shame because I've checked out now. But this next one is by MCAP Garde. Sometimes you're overlooked by people who cannot see beyond the veil of their lack of ability to go past their prejudice or imagination. And that's very short and sweet there. And this next one is by Bleeding Ink Original, Holly. And I hope you and your partner had a great anniversary. I really do. But this is by Bleeding Ink Original. This just in. I am on the ledge of a dream where clouds of ghosts apparate like a fog made from demons. Their laughter in the wind, catching on the corners of stars that burn with a promise only tomorrow can hear. And that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. This next one is titled A View from the Crossing. Someone says you are made of skylight, a pattern that most people miss while they wait for the signal to change. You are more than a stranger's shadow stretched out on the concrete. You are a cluster for the eyes that know how to read the stars, even when they don't seem to shine far. You are waiting for someone who knows how to look up past the traffic and the noise to find the glow you've been hiding. You are a story written in the dark, waiting for a friend to finally learn the language of your constellations. Wow, that is absolutely marvelous. And that was by Hassine Well. And Hassine, you have outdone yourself there. That is very, very beautiful. And this final one is by Naomi Weiss, who is a lovely little poet. But here is her poem. You are not a map, but a moving mystery, a sky that refuses to be named twice. People try to hold you in language, but you slip through syllables like night wind. I learned you are not meant to be solved, only felt in the quiet between thoughts, where certainty loses its grip and wonder begins to breathe again. You do not arrive, you reveal yourself like stars that choose who gets to see them. Light still learning to shine. When I look at you, I see the flicker in your eyes, how your soul speaks the language of the light. These moments you think you notice the darkness in you, while I know behind it is their light too. Sparkles woven into a body, where light and dust turned you into a somebody, but nobody knew before. The dust is also made of stars. It only didn't know itself till it came back at start. So the light that stays each moment and every day is just learning to carve its own pathway. That is absolutely marvelous, absolutely beautiful there by Naomi Weiss, the free poet. And which brings us to the end of our photo prompt poems. Thank you guys for engaging with the photo prompt, and thank you guys for sharing with me some beautiful poetry. I will try and get this little snippet of this sent to Coloured Notes for You, who writ the original note in the photo prompt, which, if I remember rightly, was, "You are a beautiful constellation. It's a shame some people don't know how to read stars," which was absolutely beautiful. And thank you guys for some of you engaging with that. But that was your community poems there to share with you on this lovely backdrop. Absolutely lovely backdrop. As you can see, the architecture here is amazing, absolutely amazing. This is one of the beautiful things of this city. It is one of the more historical cities in the UK and one of the most preserved historical cities in the UK. The Viking capital of York, which is absolutely marvelous. And just get the but yes, thank you guys for engaging in the photo prompt. There will be another that follows this episode, so I look forward to reading some more of your poems from this episode's photo prompt. So we are having a little wander of York's walls. Look at some of these wildflowers, are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, we are just enjoying a little meander of the walls here, and it is a little meander. I am walking in the opposite way to people coming through me. I hope they don't hate me as I make my way past them. But so thank you ever so much. I guess that answered my question. But this is absolutely amazing that this wall still stands, still able to just be enjoyed and traversed. I didn't get to go to the Minster, unfortunately. I was really looking forward to trying to get up. You can pay to climb the tower, which is a shame, but there was just so many people and I was already overwhelmed enough. I just needed a break. But yes, the Grand Duke of York here. Look how majestic that building is. Brilliant, it really is. And yeah, we're just having a little wander of the walls here. There's a lot of walls. Why not make this archaic walk back to the train station? The thing that feels very dodgy though is you couldn't walk these walls on a very windy day, because you could end up blown right off. But couldn't imagine being stood on the wall, having to watch for hours and hours and hours. Life has come such a long way, because I mean, there would have been men manning the walls for say for hours on end, doing patrols, keeping watch, and they would have had to do that in rain or shine, which I will say I'm not envious of. But yes, York, it has been an absolute pleasure. You have such a beautiful and historic city here, and I have to come back to do some of the things that I intended to do, hopefully at quieter time, because yeah, I had the intention of doing a few things that just when I got there just were not really up my street to do at the time. I was very overwhelmed, but you have such a beautiful city here, and I advise anybody that's thinking of taking a trip here to do it. But I had a chat with a couple of street performers. There was Ali, the piano guy, who was a lovely human being, and then there was Riff the Impro, who was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So his show was brilliant, very witty, and he does worldwide, so you never know, you may be able to catch him in a city near you, because yeah, I was very impressed with his show. It was entertainment at its very core, which was brilliant. Hi there guys, I hope we're doing well. As you can see now, we're back home after a long 30 hours, shaving now, as you can see. It's time to get it off. But just wanted to touch on overwhelm, because sadly my trip to York wasn't as robust as I would have liked it to be. I didn't get to do some of the things on my itinerary because I was visiting, and at the same time it's tourist season, it was Pride weekend, and so as you can imagine, the city was very, very heaving. It felt like you were sardines at some point in the city, which was horrible. I'll be honest with you, was extremely horrible. I had to go and spend 3-4 hours in the hotel room to just recuperate and get back to my senses, because I'd come over really bad, really ill, and felt like I could have lashed out, which isn't myself at all. I was feeling weight adding to my body. I was getting hot, I was getting dizzy, it was getting nauseous, was getting very, very irritated. I felt sick, and almost how people describe panic attacks, but I wasn't having a panic attack. I was just overwhelmed by how busy the place was. So yeah, I mean, I would have believed it if somebody had told me my water or my afternoon food was spiked, because I just felt that bad. Spacey, really not really dissociative, I guess was the word I'm looking for, but just really bad. And so it put a stop to effectively my day. I did get back out, but by that time it was still busy, not as busy, it was still busy, but a lot of things had closed. And I just went and listened to some live music, and just chilled out, and actually had a drink and enjoyed my time, what was remaining of that evening. But I have never experienced overwhelm in that way. I quite felt it was triggering like an adrenaline type of thing, and my body just didn't know how to handle it. But I will have to revisit. I did love my time there. I do advise anybody that wants a trip to York to do it, to absolutely do it. Go and enjoy the city. It was such an experience, such a beautiful city with some great people that I met over my time there. And it's just sadly, with the way I am and problems I have, the autism and ADHD, that I become very, very overwhelmed, and I really didn't expect it to go that way. Sadly, I didn't get to the Minster, didn't get to the Viking Centre. I did go up to the Minster, but it was just so busy. There was queues, and I wasn't really ready for that. So I will have to revisit, perhaps on a wet, wild and windy winter, when the weather's more likely to keep people in the houses and away and at bay. So perhaps I'll enjoy it more and be able to actually do some of the things I really wanted to do this time. We did get to explore a bit of the city, which was great, as you can see from earlier in the episode. And sadly, my phone died, which was just, I'm putting down to the overwhelm, because it spun me out and threw my whole self into cahoots. That's not even the word, but yeah, as you can see, we're back home now, and I just want to say thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for continuing to support me on my journey through writing and my beginning of my journey into vlogging and whatnot, because I do really appreciate each and every one of you, and it's been another pleasure. And York, you were absolutely magnificent, so thank you to all involved, whether you be in the audience or whether you have been part of my journey. So yeah, take care guys, and I hope you have a great week.